back to Know It All, where we bring you the best practices and strategies to optimize your Medicare sales so you can know it all.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Rob. And today we want you to know your carrier portfolio.
Almost in sync, Rob.
Yeah, so
we're
close.
getting better. So, all right. So today, agents, we're going to talk about your carrier portfolio. What does that look like? Are you contracted appropriately? And you might be asking yourself, why are we talking about this now? Rob and I think it's important to talk about your carrier portfolio, your contracting now in April before we get into certification season. So it's all about the timing.
Exactly. You never know when there might be something new, something changed, something in the market changed, some different benefits that might be more effective at this time too.
For sure. We're coming out of a pandemic. Let's all admit it was an odd sales cycle this year, right? So as we're coming through this pandemic, agents will see that their clients' needs may have changed. Markets have evolved. There could be new benefits out there. Pricing, products.
Yeah, there's always different things coming out. So
yeah, all right. So let's kick it off. So Rob, you work with a lot of agents. In your opinion, what does a strong carrier portfolio look like?
So I love the many faces with this because that's how it looks. You want to have a wide array of products. You want to have a lot of arrows in your quiver, and really where you want to start with is national Medicare Advantage carriers, particularly in this market. You want to make sure that you have that solid foundation because it's going to give you the Medicare Advantage and some of the prescription drug plans. You also want to have your local carriers. So around here, you PMC, Highmark, those types of things. Make sure that you have those because you're going to have consumers that have had those products for a long time and they want to stay with them. You also want to have low-price Medicare supplements.
Good point.
Yeah, because if you don't have the lowest price, there's two things, always talk about this, two things that people shop, and it's price and it's brand. And speaking of brand, we want to make sure you have AARP Medicare Supplement because it's the largest carrier.
The cornerstone there, yep.
It's the largest carrier on the market. 1 in 3 people are on it. So make sure you have that. If you don't, we can get you set up with it. And then prescription drug plans. There are some standalones out there that are really competitive. So if you've been doing quotes and you see this plan pop into the top, that you don't have or you don't have access to, call us. We can get you set up with talk about it, see if it's worth it, see if it's something that you can sell, and get you set up with that product.
Sure.
And then finally, looking at ancillary products, like all those little gap fillers. We want to make sure that you have, if you have a final expense carrier or a life carrier, because you're going to get questions on that.
Yeah.
You make sure you have hospital indemnity or dental or any of these different ancillary products that are going to add value to, number one, your portfolio, and number two, to your referral cycle. If you're calling and making quarterly outreaches to your consumers, it gives you an extra talking point and, might earn you an extra commission too.
Yeah, and you don't really want to be in this situation as an agent where your client's asking you for a dental vision hearing product and you're not contracted.
Right.
So, you'd like to have that in your portfolio ready to go so that you can offer that to your client. Contracting on the back end, it just gets a little bit messy. So
yeah, because even though agents should be asking who's your dental through or what type of arrangements you have set up in case something were to happen. If they're asking you and you're just saying, well, I don't know, that's not a good spot to be in.
Right.
Have at least one thing up your sleeve that you can position to them when that comes across. So what should agents be doing right now as far as timeline goes?
Yeah. So like we said, certification season's coming up, so this is the time to kind of take a look at that portfolio. And I think you kind of gave us a visual of the perfect portfolio. But I think when you look at action steps, you kind of need to separate your Medicare Advantage from the Med Sup as far as how you go about determining what's going to be the best fit for you. And that's going to depend on your market. So every agent works in his or her own market, and we are seeing markets expand with the onset of systems like our Medicare Center and our quote engine, which enables agents to sell remotely. Honestly, markets are expanding. So for Medicare Advantage, a market analysis as well as a client's needs analysis needs to be done kind of at the same time. So what we see with MA is we see new products being offered, new expansion counties every year. Different counties are in play or out of play.
Right.
You can see a carrier pull out or go in. You can look at both. So new players, new benefits, network changes is another important part of the analysis because that's really going to be important when you're talking with your clients as to where their doctors and pharmacies reside.
And those network changes can happen in the middle of the year.
They can. Good point.
Most of the time, you're going to have these annual, evergreen deals that repopulate. But I was talking to an agent the other day that their pharmacy no longer takes one of the plans. And it's like, well, what do we do? It's like, change pharmacy. I mean,
Right.
there's not a whole lot.
Same with formulary, right?
Right.
So
There's
your
not an
drugs can
enrollment
come in and
period.
out.
You have to, because those things can change mid-year, and a lot of people don't realize that. I
Yeah,
think.
so agents do need to roll up their sleeves a little bit and do a market analysis. That's something our office can really assist agents with, and we have an excellent team who helps all the time with that. We've got great tools here. DSNP and your veterans plans as well are things that should be part of the market analysis when you're looking at MA. And so then that's kind of the factors you want to look at with Medicare Advantage. But what about MedSup, Rob?
With MedSup, probably the easiest thing here is going to be our quote engine, which is, free to our agents. If you're licensed with us, you're licensed with the quote engine. And it gives you a ton of information right on hand. You can also do enrollments through it with a lot of different carriers, and that's expanding as time goes on. But I mean, it's as simple as putting in a zip code, popping in some agent or client demographics, and hit and get quote, and it's going to pull it all up just like that.
It ranks them in order of price. Yeah. So you can add household discounts to that.
And you can do a lot of stuff with market analytics because if you see a company that might not have the most recognizable brand name. So if we're talking a price company, you might see that they have backing. We have companies that have backing from Berkshire Hathaway,
Reinsurers,
right? These really, really reputable companies that wouldn't be doing business unless they knew that these products were stable and had good outlooks financially. And additionally, we do have the Neishloss and Fleming app for your phone, and it's really, really simple. I mean, the easiest way: go to the iOS store or go to the Apple or the Google Play Store and type in Neishloss. It's the only thing that's going to pop up. So if you search that, it's going to pop up this pop in a zip.
Yeah.
It is so fast. That's one of the reasons I really like it. There's not a whole lot of data on there until you pop a plan out, but it's really quick. And if you're on the go or you're out somewhere where you don't have to load up your laptop, get the app, punch in a zip, gives you the information right away. So super simple, and it's going to tell you again. It's going to show you what plans are best in your market or where your clients are.
Yeah, I love the quote engine. I use it every day, almost with every call that I'm on, because it just gives you that instant information, and you just know your rankings, and you can go from there.
I always like how you find. I always find things too. It's like, oh, this one zip code is in area 1 rather than area 3, where all the other ones around it. And it's like when you pop up that little pieces of information, like it's always a surprise, and it's an opportunity. If you have that carrier, those folks in that area are gonna, you might be able to save them some money.
Yeah, for sure. So, that's what we wanted to talk about today. Knowing your portfolio, making sure you're contracted appropriately. And that's something, again, if you need help or you have questions, please comment below or give us a call. We would gladly reach out to you, or one of our experts will, or Rob and I will, directly.
Absolutely. So, ready to button this thing up?
I think I am, yep.
Excellent. So, want to keep an eye on your calendar. Make sure that you have all your contracts in place really before certification season rolls in. It gets really busy, and I say this all the time to people, and I don't know how many believe me, but when we get to certification season, we start to get in the AP, contracting timelines expand dramatically.
Yes, they
so
do.
If something's taking a week now, it's going to take 3 to 4 weeks when we get closer to the season. So make sure you have all that in place now is absolutely essential.
Timing is critical.
Well, that's all we have for today. So we'll see you next time on Know It All.